So at the end of our presentation, that client can take all of that information and make a very well-informed decision about whether they want to move forward or not move forward with whatever parts of the design plan. At the end of the day, they know that it is ultimately their choice. I even tell our clients, we are not a dictator, we are a partner with you. Welcome to the Designer Within podcast, the business minded podcast created for interior designers and creatives by an interior designer and creative. Me. I know firsthand the challenges, but also the victories that can come with our careers, and I'm here to sip and spill the tea with you. It's time to dive deep within yourself and redesign your business and your life from the inside out. Together, we will uncover secrets and share valuable insights. So prepare for a truly transformative experience because it's time to unleash the designer within. Hi, everybody. Welcome to The Designer Within, episode 7. So happy to have you here. Today, we are continuing part 2 of our 3-part series on the importance of setting expectations. If you missed part 1, go back and listen to last week's episode that really sets the groundwork on why expectations are important and basically how to begin the process of setting those expectations. But today, I am focusing on price. We're going to talk about the expectations that center around setting the price of your design services and also on setting the pricing of your products. And by the way, remember, these episodes are slightly shorter than my other episodes. I'm calling them buzzworthy bites because I want you to be able to grab and go with the info, but they're jam-packed with lots of information that you can apply to your business. So as I said, today we're diving into an essential aspect of our interior design business, setting expectations in regards to pricing. Are you trembling in your boots? Do you hate talking about pricing? Does it just send a shiver down your spine to even think about discussing pricing with your clients? You have to get over that, first of all, because it's just a part of being a business owner and a business person. But right from the first point of contact to the finished project, there is pricing galore. There's always pricing discussions from the minute you have a discovery call with a client until you issue the very last invoice. Pricing is all the way through. Now, it doesn't have to be scary and it doesn't have to frighten either party. So join me today as we explore the art of communication, transparency, and trust throughout the project journey. Now, I use an 18-step project journey with my clients, and that starts from the very first point of contact, literally, no matter how I meet them, whether it's online, whether it's a phone call, whether it's a DM, whether it's in person, but it's that very first point of contact all the way through the last fluff of the pillow. So expectations are set from the beginning, and clients never have to wonder where we are in the process. They never have to wonder what's upcoming. They never have to wonder what we've accomplished because I have clearly laid out 18 steps in their entire project journey based upon their specific project. I like to educate clients on the fact that we try to stay as organized as possible within our company and to keep their project on track with this project journey. As we said, from that very first point of discussing working with a client, first impressions do matter. And as an interior designer, the first point of contact with a potential client sets the tone for your entire design process, for the entire working relationship that you are about to have. And it's crucial from that very first point of communication to establish an open and honest dialogue from the start. And it can start, as I said, with a discovery call. It can start with an in-person meeting. Sometimes you get a planned discovery call. We have people schedule them on our websites. And then we also have clients who just call our office. So regardless of how this happens, or even if you're at a cocktail party and someone introduces you to someone, I want you to always be prepared to discuss your business and to have information about pricing of your business on the tip of your tongue. I'm not saying you're going to bring out an explicit price for that person's project, obviously not, but you should have information ready to discuss with potential clients because listen, people have preconceived notions about interior designers. Heck, I still have preconceived notions about interior designers, and I am one. But they have preconceived notions about how we run our businesses, preconceived notions about how we price our products, and sometimes this is factual, and a lot of times, unfortunately, it is not. Sometimes it's based on what they've read in an article online, in a magazine, or what they've seen on television. And it's our job to set the record straight. And even if someone else is running their company or their business, the way that they are does not mean that you are running your business in the same way. And it's important to let clients know that you do have a structure for your business and that you do have a plan in place. So even if you just relay the information that you price by the hour or that you price as a flat fee, you should have a range of pricing to discuss with this potential client. So you should say our projects usually range from 50,000 to a million. Whatever that price point is, whatever that range is that you have for your projects, have that in mind. And not only have something in mind for your design fee or your creative fee, as we like to call it, have something in mind for the actual project type itself. What I like to do is have a specific category in mind, a specific project category, I should say, a kitchen renovation, a full house renovation, furnishings only with decor, one maybe with renovation and furnishings, new construction home with no furnishings. You get the picture, but you've done all of these things and you've had these type of projects. And even if you haven't, you should have an idea of what these type of projects would cost for you to handle. So have something in mind to give an idea, because people will say, I won't hold your feet to the fire on this. But what would be an estimate? You've heard it, you know you have. I won't hold you to this, but what would your estimate be for my project? And I let them know, like, yes, I'm not a magician. I cannot pull this information out of the air, but I will give you an idea of what we've done on past projects because that was for that particular client. And obviously, every client is different. So I do have a price in mind for my design services and for the type of project that we worked on for these various project categories: kitchen renovations, full house renovations. And again, you know your projects very, very well. So this will be easy for you to remember. And this will stick with you as you relay that message, because in your mind, you're thinking about the Smith's kitchen that you renovated and they had all custom cabinetry and you had high-end appliances. Or maybe you're thinking about the Jones renovation that you did where it was semi-custom cabinets and they reused their current appliances. You want to have these different variations in mind, and it's just going to help that customer, first of all, understand that you're flexible, that you worked with a lot of different types of clients, but it also lets them know that you do understand the importance of sticking with their investment and the amount that they have in mind. Next, I want you to set your minimum design fee, or as I call it, creative fee, and your minimum product investment amounts. Let clients know these up front. Don't be wishy-washy about what type of project you will take on. Know exactly who your ideal client is and know exactly what your minimum fees are for those type of projects. And if you are going to purchase products for clients, what is your minimum investment amount that you will purchase products? And I do suggest that you have a minimum purchase amount for products. Don't just be purchasing products for clients because you're going to take that load off of them. It adds a lot of work to you. So have a minimum product investment amount in mind when you speak to clients, and let them know this right from the get-go. Let clients know how you determine your price as well. As I said, hourly or flat fee and your general method of calculation. You don't have to tell them exactly how you calculate it, but I do like to let them know that we work as a flat fee for our creative fee and usually a flat fee for our project fulfillment, but sometimes as an hourly fee depending upon the project. Now, I actually developed a designer calculator, which you can purchase on my website, but I spent hours and weeks and months putting this together because I found myself doing the same calculations over and over and over. So I decided, why not put this into writing? So I created a actual calculator that anyone on my team can help determine the price for projects. Now I know that every time we calculate a project fee, that not only is it accurate, but it's accurate for that specific project because we have plugged in information for that specific client. Also consider adding dollar amounts to your website. So if you do have these minimums, or if you do have project types that you normally take on, consider putting these on your website, letting people know right offhand, this is the minimum design fee that we have. This is the minimum product investment amount that we use for this type of project. It will just weed out a lot of people who probably think that they should be working with a designer, but should not be at the end of the day. Menu of services, we love a good menu of services. We have a menu of services that takes all of the different services that we offer, from full renovations to new constructions to decor only. And we send this out with everyone who schedules a discovery call with us in our automated system. Investment guide. I love an investment guide. You can call it a budget guide if you want, but I hate that word budget. Investment guide is what we use to let clients know this is a typical cost of a low, medium, and high sofa or a coffee table. And it just gets their juices flowing on what the cost is for these items and lets clients know that we can choose anything within any category, but these are the price points for those. Consider a room guide price point showing the entire price of a room. We developed a cute little image of a room, a project that we've done, and we just basically drew lines to individual pieces to let clients know this is the price of this sofa. And this sofa was custom made. This was the price of the light fixture. It was not custom made. The flooring was this price. The area rug was this cost. And it just puts a dollar amount to a specific room that they probably have loved on your website. Also, I always encourage my clients to share their vision and any sort of investment constraints during that initial consultation that we do at their home. So we start off with a discovery call and then we do an in-home consultation. But I encourage them to be honest with us just as we're being honest with them. And by doing so, we can ensure that our design plan aligns with their expectations and, most importantly, their financial comfort zone. I honestly wish more builders would employ this method as well, as we have had to fix so many allowances on so many builders' allowance sheets who underbid drastically sometimes just to get the deal. And to avoid this same situation happening with you, this is why it's so important to sit down and come up with realistic numbers for your client's investment. Realistic numbers for their product investment, realistic numbers for their design service investment. Nothing is worse than having to go back to a client and change their investment amount because of something that you did incorrectly. I encourage you to spend some time on the front end of the process and really come up with accurate numbers for your design services fees, for product investment, and for any labor that is involved with your project. It might take a little more time on the front side, and it might take you a little more preparation in developing your proposal, but at the end of all of that, you're going to have a much more accurate number to present to your client, and it's just going to begin that pathway of trust right away, because your client is going to see that you took the time to not only listen to them as far as what their investment allowances were to be, but also to be as accurate as possible with that before you started making selections. Set your expectations as to who is purchasing what. Is the GC purchasing? Are you purchasing? Is the builder purchasing? The tradesperson? Is the client purchasing? Do you allow your client to purchase at all? And let the client know this from the beginning. If you do not allow your client to purchase any of the products, let them know that from the get-go when you are having these conversations with them. There is no skin in the game. There is nothing to lose when you are having initial conversations with clients. So that is the time to let them know how you operate your company and whether or not you allow them to purchase anything, and put that in writing. The other expectation I find that is sometimes overlooked is what are the estimated shipping and delivery and warehouse receiving costs and warehouse holding costs. These are things that add up very quickly. And if you do not let a client know what those estimated costs are, they can sometimes take them by surprise. Also, sometimes a full, clear picture of total expenses is key to setting up your working relationship on a good path. I've had clients ask me, what is my all in? What is my total price going to be? And of course, I can't say that, but I can give them a rough idea of that estimate that that project might cost with a range of pricing that they should consider so that they're not taken by surprise. Before I send out my agreement, I send out a proposal. Now, the proposal is a little prettier than the agreement. Actually, it's a lot prettier than the agreement, if I do say so myself. It's attractive, but it also has sales points in it. So it has points of selling our company to the client. It talks about our team. It talks about what we value as a company, and it talks about what we're going to deliver to the client. But it also has pricing inside of it, and it has pricing of the design services, or as I said, we call it the creative services, as well as the project fulfillment services, what you might call project management services. I even go into detail about shipping and warehousing and all of those things. So the proposal is a way to find out if the client is going to agree to your pricing before you move into an actual agreement. In my proposal, I actually even created videos that I have embedded into my proposal that explain what the proposal is, and it sort of guides the client through the proposal, because how many times have we found ourselves saying the same things over and over? So why not explain it and put that into a video format and insert that into your proposal? I'm going to do a full episode on proposals later, so don't worry about that. I will let you know exactly what's in my proposal, and maybe you can include some of those things in yours. Regarding product investments, as I said, there is your creative fee or your design fee. There's also the investment that the client will make in products. Every client has an investment amount in mind, and it's our job as an interior designer to respect that amount, but we still have to deliver the best possible results. I like to work closely with my clients to prioritize their needs and wants and guide them through this decision making process, but still focusing on value and quality. Sometimes we may need to reassess certain elements to accommodate budget restraints, but it doesn't mean that we compromise on style or even functionality, of course. It's also my job, though, to educate clients on the actual cost of items and total investment amounts that should be considered because they are more realistic. And as I said before, not something that they saw on a television show or in the kitchen department at IKEA. Sorry, IKEA, I think you're great, but it's a little unreasonable to think that you're going to get that priced. So the moral of that story is just be straightforward about product investments, be straightforward about what items cost. And again, if you do develop a simple little investment guide, it's going to take a minute to do that, but you can create an investment guide that will actually show clients all the different types of products that should be considered or could be considered for their home and a range of pricing for those products. I even include services on mine, so I let them know this is the low, medium, and high for a kitchen renovation, for wood flooring, for tile, et cetera, et cetera. And again, it just gets their brains started to be wrapped around what the cost of their project could be. Now then, you have met with the client, you have sent over the proposal, you have created an agreement that aligns with the proposal. And in your agreement, by the way, that is the ultimate place to be straightforward. That is the ultimate place for clarity. Whatever you've discussed with the client should be reflected in your agreement, and it should expand on exactly what you've been discussing with the client in so much more detail, so that there's no confusion whatsoever once the client signs that agreement. Now, after they sign the agreement, you're going to move into the actual design, of course. And the next portion of the project journey that I find where pricing is usually discussed is presentations. I make it a point at our presentations to be super, super detailed. We like to discuss all various cost factors included with a project that could possibly be included. We're not just showing a fabric and a sofa and a coffee table and a side table and a light, but we're showing the materials, and then we're also showing the labor cost of installing the wall covering and any additional pricing of those services that we have gotten quoted out. Now, the way we have our company set up is we actually don't provide contractor services. We actually have our client contract directly with the contractor. But if we do have a service that we provide, such as wall covering installation or drapery installation or fabrication, we have all of those costs during the presentation, and we basically are presenting the cost or the investment amount for things that we can be in control of, for things that we can get an estimate on. And sometimes we will provide a custom woodworker or a built-in, and we will have that cost as well. So as we're showing them all the pretty things, we're also showing them the cost of everything. So at the end of our presentation, that client can take all that information and make a very well-informed decision about whether they want to move forward or not move forward with whatever parts of the design plan. And that's what I feel really allows us to stand out with our clients when it comes to presentations and when it comes to decision making, because we are presenting all of the facts to the client and we are following the design plan, the design direction that we have worked out with them. But at the end of the day, it is their choice of whether they want to move forward with every aspect or all the aspects or none of the aspects, or even if they want to revise something, they know that it is ultimately their choice. I even tell our clients, we are not a dictator, we are a partner with you. So be sure that your presentations are detailed and they're not just a lot of pretty things. You want to give them all of the pricing options. You want to give them a full picture of what they're about to invest in so they can leave there and know that they are getting the most bang for their buck. One other caveat I might say is to make sure that you do give a limited time frame for approvals. Do not let these go on forever, because on that same vein of clarity and transparency, you do not want the price of that product to increase, and you have to go back to the client to let them know that the price increased because they took too long to approve that. So come up with a typical time frame that you allow approvals for on products, and let your client know that during the meeting, if they approve within this time frame, then the price will be shown, but it could increase if it does go past that recommended time frame. Another easy way to manage expectations during the entire process of a project is to keep your clients informed about the project's progress. Throughout the project journey, we keep our clients informed about the project's progress and any potential changes in cost. Open communication ensures that we can address any concerns right away and find creative solutions together if we have to. We also do regular updates. We provide weekly updates to our clients, and these weekly updates foster a sense of collaboration and understanding and clarity and trust, and it just helps us to stay on track as well with the client's investment. So if something has increased in price, that's included in their weekly update. If they have not approved something on time and the cost has changed, we let them know that in the weekly update. But these weekly updates are just essential for not only documenting what occurred during the week on your side of things, but also documenting any changes in pricing that you need to discuss with your clients. Again, talking about pricing is not the most fun. Talking about money is not the most fun, but also it shouldn't be scary. You should never be afraid to discuss pricing. Everyone knows that they're coming to pay for your services. And if they get a product from you, they're going to pay for that. So we have to let go of being afraid of talking about pricing. And the more direct you can be when you are discussing pricing, the better relationship around that subject you're going to have, and the better relationship with your client you are going to have as well. Setting clear expectations in regards to pricing from the very first point of contact with the client to the finished project is not just about dollars and cents, it's about building lasting relationships. By being transparent and honest and communicative throughout the design process, you are ensuring that your clients are satisfied with the results and are confident in their investment, which is so important for their trust in you and their referrals to you down the road. It also adds to the overall trust factor in your working relationship. So if an issue does arise during the project, your client knows that you are being honest and transparent with them from the get go. So they're going to trust you to help them make the right decision in that matter. If you are a bit timid when it comes to discussing pricing, I just have a few tips to mention to you to help you build your confidence and get a little more experience in discussing pricing with your clients. First of all, I want you to know your worth, understand your value, and the expertise that you are bringing to the table as an interior designer and creative. Knowing your worth will give you a solid foundation for confidently discussing your pricing. And we've talked about being transparent, but by being upfront about your pricing structure from the very beginning and clearly communicating your rates and what is included in your services just means that there will be no surprises later on. So not only do you have to communicate what you're charging for, you have to communicate what you are delivering. And also, I want you to prepare your price. So, develop a clear and well structured pricing strategy that aligns with your skill set, your experience, and the scope of the project. Having a well thought out plan will only boost your confidence during those discussions. Practice discussing pricing with a friend or a colleague or a mentor or in the mirror or anything to refine your pitch and feel more comfortable with the conversation. And by pitch, I don't want that to be fake or false. I want you to get comfortable around money discussions. Rehearsing potential scenarios will also help you respond confidently to different client reactions. So ask your friends or colleagues or design buddies to help you react to different situations. I want you to share examples of your past projects and any testimonials that highlight the value that you have provided to other clients. This instills confidence in those potential clients about investing in your expertise, which is really what they are investing in. Also, remember it's important to anticipate and address concerns, so be prepared to address any concerns or objections that the clients may have about your pricing. Be ready to explain the reasons behind what your fees are and the value that they bring to the project. I've harped so many times on bringing value to the project. Not only do you have to stand firm in the price that you are delivering, you have to stand firm in the services and the deliverables, all of the deliverables behind that price. And remember, this is a business transaction. As I said, remind yourself that discussing pricing is just a part of the professional aspect of your interior design business. It is not personal, but it's just a necessary aspect of delivering quality services. Simple as that. And as a reminder, just stay very calm and composed. In some cases, clients may try to negotiate or challenge your pricing. Stay calm and stick to your pricing strategy, but still be open to reasonable compromises or concessions. Confidence comes with experience and preparation, and the more you engage in pricing discussions and the more you practice these with clients and other people, you refine your approach, and then the more confident you will become in handling these situations in the future. Remember, when it comes to pricing in our industry as creatives and interior designers, being open, honest, and clear in our communication is key to success. So keep that communication going, keep that honesty going, keep that clarity going, and set those expectations around your pricing. There you have it, my friend. This has been our second installment of our Setting Expectations series around pricing. I hope you have found a pathway to discuss pricing with your clients and to set an understanding of how you operate your business when it comes to pricing. Next week is the third part of our series, and that's going to be centered around timelines and responsibilities during your project. We're going to talk about setting realistic expectations around the timeline of your project and who has what responsibilities during the entire project process. So don't miss that episode. And again, if you missed the first episode of this Setting Expectations series, please go back and listen to it. Thanks again for joining us, and thanks again for listening. I hope this has helped you set those expectations for yourself and your business. And I will see you next time on The Designer Within. You have been listening to The Designer Within podcast. If you enjoyed this and other episodes, please subscribe to the podcast and give us a rating. We really appreciate it. For more information on how to transform your business, your life, and your home from the inside out, visit johnmcclain.co. That's John McClain, MCCLAIN.co. See you next time.